So in the last tutorial we finished off our upright piece. We're then going to look at adding and drawing up our little, what we call the elbow, so this little section here. To do that, again, we need to go to click on the bottom, insert new element, create Part Studio. That'll bring us up a new drawing plane. And again, we're going to create a new sketch. It doesn't really matter which one we do, so I'm going to choose the front plane for this one. Again, I like to draw things straight on, so I'll click on front. I'm going to select centre point rectangle, hover over the middle, left click and drag out my basic rectangle. Dimension that, so the length of it wants to be 100 millimeters, and our width again is 44. That's the sort of standard thickness of material, of pine that we use in school, so that's where that 44 comes from. Click on the green tick box when we're happy with that, and we're then going to extrude that material, so I'll just rotate my sketch around so you can see, and we're going to add 20 millimeters and then select the sketch that we want to extrude to our very basic shape on there. Again, if we have a little look at this, so we also need 2 holes through this elbow piece. So again, we're going to do a little sketch on the side now, so select the side. Again, I'm just going to select it so I see it front on. Again, centre point rectangle. We're going to do the inferencing that we did last time, so hover over the top edge, wait till the square, which denotes the centre point or midpoint of that line, just steadily drag down along that orange line, start my circle so we know that's always in the middle of our wood. Change that dimension to 6mm. Again, we're then going to hover over the top and then the centre of the circle, drag out the dimension. That distance from the top to the centre of the circle should be 10 millimeters. Then going to do exactly the same thing on the bottom, so again hover over the bottom line, wait till that square appears, inference up, so follow that dotted yellow line, draw a circle, dimension that circle 6 millimeters, and again dimension the bottom to the very centre of the circle, and again that should be 10 millimeters as well. That's all we need to do for the basic sketch work, so we're happy with that. We click the green box. We then extrude that, selecting the bits we want. You can see, obviously it's added on because that's what it is, so we need to change that to remove, and then we're going to change that to through all. Once we've done that, we've then got the 2 holes that we need. Only thing we now need to think about is our cutouts on these top corners. So again, if you look, it's the opposite way around, so we're actually removing the outside corners on our piece on this one. So we'll go to new sketch, select this front plane here. Again, I'm going to go front on, and then we're going to go to centre rectangle. So all we're going to do, start in the top corner and drag out a rectangle. Do exactly the same on the opposite corner. Again, what I'm going to actually do here, save me a bit of dimension. If I drag over, so basically connect that again, I'll get this inferencing. So it basically says I want this always to be the same height as the other one. Saves a bit of time. I'm then going to do the same thing in the bottom corner. Again, I could connect that so you can see I sort of want it the same width. Select that again, hover over, inference it down, and then inference across, you'll see. And it'll, hopefully, when I come to do the dimensions, so I'll just dimension this distance. That should be 10 millimeters. Dimension that width, so that should be 10 millimeters. You'll see, if you notice, it actually changed the dimensions on the bottom. We will check them, but I'm pretty sure it will have. We then want to dimension the distance. So again, if you watch me change this one to 26, it hopefully will change the opposite one as well, which it did. And again, it should do exactly the same thing at the bottom because we use that inferencing function, the orange dotted line. If not, if you didn't manage to do it, you can obviously just dimension this side, but like I say, if you do it that way, by hovering over and inferencing it and following that dotted orange line, it saves a bit of time sometimes when you're sketching. So that's all the dimensioning we need to do. Again, you know, if you're unsure and you think, oh, I'm not sure, don't leave it like that. Again, you can always add on another dimension. But again, you can see there, you know, if I click there, you'll see it's greyed out. That's because it knows it's got to match that, so don't worry about it if it is greyed out. Again, it doesn't make any difference. You can always add these dimensions on just to check, but like I say, it'll be greyed out because you've basically told it to match the one above. Happy with that anyway as a basic sketch. Click on the green box, then click on extrude again. Don't forget to click remove, and then we're just going to select the 4 outside corners. Again, change it to through all, and then we're at that basic stage where we're going to finish. We are also going to round over these top edges again, so we're going to go to our fillet tool, select this top face here, select the opposite top face. Again, whilst we're there, we're going to do them all. Again, you just got to be careful. Obviously, you can see that one. If I hover on that face, it's actually selecting all the edges of that face. So we just need to be making sure you're just selecting the correct ones. And again, we want to change that to 10mm. Once we've done that, that's our elbow piece virtually completed. All we need to do, go over to the appearance panel, double click the blue colour, change it to our sort of wood looking colour, and then we are finished. Last thing we'll do, rename that elbow.